Devon, we're here with some community questions, and the first one is, if you could recruit one person who is not currently an arm wrestler to commit to arm wrestling training, who would it be?
Oh, man. Right away, the first name that comes to my mind is Shaq, okay? But I just know Shaq wouldn't really care, and Shaq's got too much good stuff going on. But it would be somebody like that, tall and giant, with athleticism.
I'm thinking Brian Shaw, I'm thinking
LeBron
James.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you get any high-level athlete like that. Actually, a lot of the guys I think of are already so well-established. Probably the most talent I might have felt actually isn't even Shaq. It might be strongman, great big black dude.
Mark Felix. Hey, Hercules hold. Good pick.
That's probably the strongest set of hands that I've ever touched in my life. I think probably the strongest set of hands. Very apparent when you touch him. You're like, just.
Did you arm wrestle or did you just
No,
shake his hand?
And I've talked to Neil about him. Because apparently he lives not too far away from Neil, and Neil says he's very tentative to kind of get on the table, and Neil's kind of like, well, yeah. But man, there is a lot of potential there. Anybody like that, like giant hands, healthy, tall, big shoulders. This is the person that you think. But you know what? The real answer is the guy who's going to be really good is a combination of that and someone who's crazy. So, and the great people, you never find them. They always find you.
Yeah, fair enough. Next question was, do you think there's a place for traditional barbell lifts in arm wrestling, squat, bench, deadlift, overhead press, or should you really narrow it into arm wrestling specific movements?
I would say that the answer is going to shift a little bit as you develop and age. I think when you're a young athlete, the answer might be more yes. Okay, so when you're coming up, when you're developing your base, probably not a bad idea to do all that stuff, to develop that just solid foundation for you to work off of it as you age. But if all that I cared about, if the only thing I cared about was winning an arm wrestling world championships or being as great of an arm wrestler that I could be, I wouldn't. I don't. I mean, so my answer can be by what do? I don't do it because I care really about arm wrestling. This discussion comes up all the time. People are like, Devin, you should do more of this, you should do more. I don't think so. I think, specialization, it's a wave, you spread out your ability, you increase your base, you unspecialize a bit, and then you specialize. But you look at the real answer. Look at Oleg Zak. Okay, that's what it takes. It's in the hand. The bench press isn't going to help.
It's in the hand. And a similar question is table time for a new puller. How often should they do it versus lifts in the gym?
A lot of table time is dependent on intensity. So a lot of people don't do a lot of table time because they pull really hard and it's too difficult. If you pull really hard on the table, you probably need a good week to 10 days, maybe even 2 weeks to recover from that. When I have a tournament, I'm beat up from the table for a good 2.5 weeks, from the event. That's typical without an injury. So just an extreme high level, maximum effort, you're going to be beat down for a while. But I think that, you want to be on the table as much as possible. I think that it's going to add up more over the span of, longer block. The more you can get on that table, the better you're going to be. I think that you should manage your intensity. Easy when you're a strong guy, okay? So I'm a bit biased because I'm typically going to be one of the stronger guys in the groups that I'm arm wrestling with, so I can do it every day. If you're not one of the stronger guys, you still can arm wrestle a lot more than most people do, I think. I think you really can. I think that But you have to rest. You have to make a priority. A lot of people are like, okay, I have to arm wrestle. I have to do my augmentation lift. I have to do my general conditioning, and they realize that the intensity that they practice at, it's really hard to fit that into regular practice. But if you let some of the other stuff fall away and become more specialized, then there's more room for more table practice. And if you don't go like balls out every single practice or have like a prolonged warm-up period, you're going to be able to do it more. Ottawa hookers, we do typically, most of the guys, we're doing 2 or 3 nights a week. I let my son arm wrestle 2 or 3 times a week. He does more. But, you know, typically I think, you know, easy 3 times a week, no problem. No problem.
Yeah, we were speaking with Daniel Prokopchuk earlier, only arm wrestles.
Yeah.
No gym.
Right, and that's what I did too. And that's what I would prescribe for a lot of guys.
Yeah.
You know, just arm wrestle. Like, that's what I've done primarily for this block. I do a ton of table practice. Like, even in like a regular block, I'm doing 4 or 5 times a week. This is normal for me. I've up to 7 days a week. And I love it. I love it. I will continue to do 7-day a week arm wrestling for as long as I can administratively. Like, it's more fun for one. Like, it's the most fun you can have, and like, you will feel yourself getting stronger on the arm wrestling table. Like, all the moves, you will start to feel yourself get stronger on the table. You can't measure it with weights, which is unsatisfying to a lot of people. But
all right, and this is an interesting one. If you had to switch physiques with one arm wrestler, in other words, who has the perfect build for arm wrestling?
Oh God.
Yeah, think about it. You mentioned Oleg, Jeff Dabe comes to mind.
I don't know. I'm thinking something else.
Oh yeah?
Oh God, that's a funny question.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't really thinking for arm wrestling anymore.
Hey, listen, man, it's your life. You have to live with it, so consider everything.
Okay, we'll go with, let me see. Yeah, man, I'd go with Shaq.
Shaq again, all
Yeah, man.
roads.
Yeah, let me be born as Shaq. Destroy everybody.
Okay, quick follow-up on that. We all saw the the TNT bit for the NBA, you and Shaq. Were you just going super easy on him on that first pull, or did he really surprise you? Like, when you were dead center with him,
Yeah.
was he like, hey, this
No,
dude...
he's very strong.
Really?
Yeah, Shaq, like, look at, you run into him. You run into guys who are really freaky, okay? Shaq, super freaky. Like, he's way bigger than everybody, okay? Like, you don't realize, like, how big Shaq is. And the thing is, everything, like, not a tall, skinny guy, okay? He's, like, big, freaking mesomorph,
Yeah.
okay? Like,
The hand to match.
Wrists, elbows, hands, shoulders, everything is there. And he's an athlete. So right away, he's just got it.
He gets it.
He's got it. Like, you saw what he did with Carnegie.
Yeah.
Carnegie started to mess around,
And yeah, you found out, yeah.
that's the level. So, like, without a day of training, like, he can beat a pro.
Yeah.
Without a single day.
They're out there.
Oh yeah, no, they are. They're rare. You're talking, you know, the very, very small. Like, these are. It's not even 1 in a million, right? This is like probably a 1 in 100 million type of guy. Yeah, like, very, very rare. But yeah, man,
Shaq it is.
have to be among people that I've met. Yeah, probably Shaq.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to catch more East versus West content, and you can find a link to the pay-per-view in the description.